Hello friends and welcome back to Timberborn. This is our second live stream of the Bad Furs. We're playing on the Craters map. Before we get properly started, let's just have a couple of housekeeping things. I am on my own at home today and I have the doggies with me, so if I have to drop off because they're upset about something, I'm just giving you an FYI that I will be popping off just for a second, but I will be back shortly. I don't see it being an issue. Right, so where were we? We are in Cycle 4, Day 13 of the Bad Tide. Now, I did do a little bit off stream. I've reverted back to a save. I remember seeing somebody say on the page for the mod that placing a smelter caused the game to crash, and I didn't want that to happen while we were playing. So I have checked that, and that works. What's this? So we know that now, and that now works. So, what are we looking at today? Checking out the mod page, because a couple of the comments on the video did say that I should be growing the food in the contaminated water. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and put some steps down here to get a farmhouse down here, and see if we can. I don't have access there. We'll get rid of that. See if we can start to grow some of our fruit, our veg and fruit. Well, this is a prickly pear, so this is going to stay up here forever. But our fruit, our food sources, say the words, down in the bad water, because they should receive a boost to the contamination, to grow from the contamination. But what we need to do, we need to think about this big cold area here. So I wasn't going high enough with this. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop in a load more storages, not storages, levees. And we're just going to fill that up. So what this will do is this will push the water out here, and it will push it out here, and that will increase the contamination. It won't be far enough to reach our berries, which are here, but it will be far enough to hopefully benefit this soil. The mod creator has said, I've checked the stuff, that the beavers are currently still prioritizing normal water over bad water. So if I was to turn this pump on, they're all going to run in here and start to get the bad water. So we need to think of a solution for that, because we can't use our normal water dump strategy if the beavers are going to drink all of the bad water. Not the bad water, the normal water. We want them to drink the bad water. So I don't know how we're going to solve that. Maybe we just pump a lot of water and we just go back to having normal water as a water source, and then just deal with it as and when it happens. I'm not sure. But we have 9 days left. This water is, well, it's almost definitely going to run out. So let's crank the speed up. I want them to prioritise this. We do have 26 planks. And as we are almost definitely going to run out of water over here, I want to pop in the more prickly pears down here. I feel like this farmhouse isn't giving us value for money at the moment. So let's chuck in a load of, I mean, look at the range on that. That's assuming I don't kill them all. Again, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. So let's just do a whole row back here. And that'll hopefully keep him busy, wherever he's gone. How is everybody today? Is it as warm where I am as you are? Yes, it is quite warm where I am. I think the UK is coming into its second heat wave of the summer, which is lovely. I'm also going to get a bit more science on the go, because we do need more science. Can't hurt. And we are also going to think about another system up here to retain some water, so that we can have a little bit to drip feed down for irrigation, because I'm pretty sure all of this is going to die. So let's maybe think about that. What size are these? Are these double floodgates? Yes, they are. So we don't want to go any higher than that. Maybe if we just pop some double floodgates there. Pop that there. And run a path down here. So that should allow us to retain a little bit of water for irrigation purposes. The faction's really weird, because obviously I'm in no danger of running out of water, because they can survive on the bad water. But I do have to think about the viability of our crops, because obviously we're going to run out of food if we don't have enough enough crops. So it's one of them. It is one of them. So we are just going to speed this game up a bit. Yeah, I really do want to fill this cold air area. It's going to be good for us. And we do have the bad tide drains in effect here. So we have a lot of bad water pumping into the area and it's still not overtopping. So damming this up is just going to push it all around here. We don't, like I said, we don't want to go too close because if we lose the berries, we do breed by breeding pod. So we will, and be unfortunate if that happens. And all of this is going to die. So we can see the contamination doesn't apply to like stuff planted by the forester because you can see this blueberry has died by contamination. So I'm hoping it's just normal crops. We're really going to be trying an experiment here. So I'm going to chuck down a farmhouse. I'm guessing it's a normal farmhouse. I haven't seen anything else that says otherwise. And there is no tutorial to the mod, so we're just going to go for it. Yeah, no, we'll try that, Adopted Thunder. I think it was you that commented it. So either we're going to have to plant the stuff here, or we're going to see what happens. So maybe where are my levees? That's not big enough. See if I pop. The conundrum I'm struggling with at the moment for this is if they come and drink all of the drinking water, how can I use it for dumps? Because I only want to pump enough that we can put it into a fluid dump. I don't want to pump enough that we're going to how much size do we have? Not enough right now. So yeah, I do want to. I'm very interested in seeing what happens. Because let's get this built. They are slowly doing that. Yeah, the Steam mod page wasn't clear. So I'm pretty sure, as evidenced by this, that the trees die. And I'm sure the arid crops will probably dry because irrigation is irrigation, irrespective of if it's from bad water or normal water. So we're going to get them to build this farmhouse and we're going to see what happens. So, what crops do we have access to? Does it give us any in the tooltips? Requires farmhouse, obviously. Prickly pear isn't there. Must be planted on dry land, so we know that's not going to work. So it's these ones basically. So let's plant some more rhubarb down here. And will they come in and build and do it? It doesn't appear. Oh, they're also harvesting this up here. Okay, so it doesn't appear that we can plant on just contaminated ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some of those logs to use, and we're going to build this. I wonder if there's a world in which, like, in the mod, that the bad water provides irrigation. I also did receive a comment on the video saying about using rapid transport to get the beavers around. There is no rapid transport for these yet. It is literally, you see what you get. So, that's fine. Yes, we also have the hydration barriers, don't we? Where are they? They are down in landscaping. So, we're a little way off treated planks at the moment, I think. But that's fine. See, we're in a really weird situation now where I'm not worried at all. There's no water left. We have 450 bad water. We have 200 berries. We have 300 rhubarbs. And we also have 287 grilled prickly pears. So I know we are absolutely fine. There is a world in which, you know, these do take a little while to grow. So you could see some beaver colony size decrease. But I don't know. It's a very weird faction. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's a different. I maybe think it needs bespoke maps, and it probably needs bespoke cycles because you should be having less temperate cycles because you should be able. It makes managing the water for stuff like crop hydration and tree hydration completely different. It just changes the dynamic so much. So I've been thinking about this a lot though over the last week. It needs to probably be changed up a little bit with the cycles. That's not to say that the mod isn't absolutely fantastic, because it is, and I absolutely think it is. I'm just thinking there is areas of work that could be done. So, how are we getting on with science? We're almost there. I'm actually going to pause this because I don't want them to chuck all... Oh, they've already chucked all of our planks into that. Whatever, build it. It's fine. And I'm probably also going to... No, I'm not going to automate this one. I'm going to leave it at 1.65, I think. What are you at? Yeah, I'm just going to leave that at 1.65 because that'll allow a little bit to build up. So all of this is dead. Here's what it is. Trees are fine. Don't think I marked these for cutting. So when the mod is working as intended and they don't prioritise the normal water, I think it'll be fine. But what I think we could do to mitigate this is, if I was to put a tank down here, what have we got? Storage, yeah. So if we were to put normal water in here, and if I was to put a... They all live here, don't they? They all live up here. Let's put a tank in for the normal water. Bad water up here. So in theory, I'm hoping that they're going to prioritise the bad water over the good water because it's further to go. That's what I'm hoping for. So we'll see if that happens. And we are just a little bit of a slave to the power cycle. So 2.3 days and then we'll get some more water. The idea is I'm planning to move all of the industry over here because we're going to have this flow for quite some time. I know it's flowing out of here as well at the moment. But once we block that up, we're going to have quite a powerful flow through here. So I think power-wise, we can just put the water turbine in this way and just stack them backwards. And hopefully we'll get quite a strong flow through there. In theory. So yeah, where are you? Oh, you are literally just sat on your ass. I'm going to pause both of you because you don't need to be doing that. Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to be doing that. So also, we probably should put some more storage in for prickly pears because if they're going to become a massive reliance for us, let's put some prickly pear storage in. So we have the grilled prickly pears. Where is the normal prickly pears? There they are. Okay. Thank you for that one. I hope it's on the big TV. I did mark all of these trees over here as well, so they are marked for cutting. So we don't have enough planks for the fluid dump. However, I am going to unlock it. And hopefully we're going to irrigate this with water. That would be the main idea. And we are progressing relatively quickly. We have we have almost 35 beavers. We have 3 beavers out jobs. We know the farmhouses are the issue. So let's talk next steps for the colony. Securing scrap metal is going to be very important. The nearest one is over here. There is also scrap metal over here. And our mines are actually in really painful places. So we have a mine down here, a mine down here, and a mine up here. Now, if we had tubeways and zip lines, that would be a relatively easy task. You mean you just come up that side, don't you, and run all the way to the top? We are going to have beavers doing quite a lot of work getting around. So there might be a world in which we actually use districts. I'm not 100% certain, but there might be a world in which we're doing that. Hello. No, thank you for coming. I'm very appreciative that you're here. So we do have the cactus killer that we are going to drop now. So I am hopefully not going to be the cactus killer anymore because, fingers crossed, it didn't splash. Where's the splash? Oh, whatever. Oh, we do have 3 farmhouses. I have a farmhouse here as well. That's really weird. Okay, whatever. So, you should be having power come to you now. I'm not too bad. How are you, Sam? I'm still getting used to the whole live streaming thing. But I'm sure it'll come more naturally as I do it. So what should we do first? Should we come and block this entrance off so maybe we can think about how much power we get through here? I think that's probably a very reasonable thing to do. So we can... I don't think we need to put in lots of... Oh, I need to put stairs in, don't I? Depth perception wasn't the thing there. It didn't make me realise that I couldn't see what I was doing. Oh, good. I'm glad you're okay. Why has this not got power? Oh, it's because I haven't... Okay. Let's lower that. Will that splash this? Yes, it will splash this. But you can see that I put this... I put this... Oh, it didn't work. Maybe it will work. Come on. Stop that. It's all going to flow away. It's flowing away. Nothing died. Nothing died. There we go. We're safe. Thank you for that, Adoptive Thunder. Yes, I didn't realise that they were stopping flow to that level. So, there we go. We have that back on processing. So, we have the planks being made. Hopefully, this will be prioritised. What are my builder beavers up to? And we also have an injury, so I need to make sure that I actually sort that as well, rather than just ignoring the basic needs of the beavers. Let's get that in. Oh, that's a really nice model. Is that different? I believe it is. Oh, they chucked all the planks into that. So, what do I want here? I want water into here. So they can't get the water. So let's start to pump. And then we're going to pause this one and unpause this one. That should be fine. So we have irrigation. So they can start to plant. So what's the difference? I don't really see a difference. They can be, is it just that they can be grown in contaminated ground? Because that's cool, but it's not improved the time to harvest or the yield. I mean, it's really cool, but maybe that needs a little bit more work. And hopefully they're not drinking this. And they're putting that tank in next. So, let's start to actually think about how we can generate a bit more power. And come over here. I know it's going to be a really long route. For a couple of damn pieces, I don't see the essential point in putting any extra resource storage over here. So we're just going to come straight along and pop this in here. We do, however, need to think about future wood storage. So I need to maybe get high up on the map to think about where we're going to put tree farms, because if I'm going to have a lot of this area down here contaminated, we're going to have to think about where reasonable tree... I mean, over here is probably not a bad place for a tree farm, actually, because this is probably always going to remain normally irrigated. The downside is I probably couldn't put one here because of the contamination coming from the bad tide that we have here. So, not too sure about that, but let's get another forester in anyway. It doesn't hurt to just chuck the trees down, does it? And if I unpause one of these, as opposed to having 3 of these on the go, hopefully, yeah, they will. That's fine. Come and chop some of that down. You could be paused. And hopefully we're going to start... The trouble is, like I said, with the water, they are going to come and drink the water as opposed to the bad water. Because you notice our bad water now is not going down at all. It's only our normal water which is going down. And I've also realised I probably don't need all of these pumping for a colony of this size. Especially when we're now drinking water and the bad water. I mean, we can try planting an arid crop, so let's try planting. So this space is essentially arid. So plant a prickly pear. And see what he does. So he's prioritised to plant, so he should, in theory, come and plant down here, because these guys are taking care of this up here. And he does not appear to be... No, so the arid crops can't be grown in the contaminated soil. I could also... We could test this further. Put some stairs in there. Doesn't matter. This is a live stream to explore the playthrough. It's not a life or death situation. How are you getting over here, guys? And I didn't actually put in what I wanted to do over here. So I think what we'll do... We will come and put... Whoopsie. We'll come and put these up here. I really want to put like a floodgate in, so what I might do is I might platform up here. And then what we'll do is we'll just put in a double floodgate. Because I don't have the science for a triple floodgate right now. And the idea being that if this does become too much, I can just empty the caldera. They are resistant to bad water. So, yes, you're actually right. It's easier just to let them swim through the lake, isn't it? Yeah, okay, good point. Let's... Actually, yeah, that just makes absolute sense. I'm still playing this like I would play the normal beavers. And we can actually come down here and get this relic. I might still send them around the outside because planks are our limiting flat. Well, we actually have quite a lot of planks, don't we? I guess I will just put a route through the middle anyway. Thank you for that. Good catch. You get so used to playing Timberborn a certain way that when you don't have to play it a certain way anymore, you get confused. I think that's why I was so drawn to them as a concept. I think they're a brilliant idea. And we might have to chop some of these trees down. I don't think we're going to be getting a lumberjack flag down here, so I'm just going to mark all these for resources for demolition. Get it demolished. Love that. And you are chopping down trees, so let's plant a load more oaks up here. Just makes sense. And all of this is marked for cutting. They are not marked for cutting for some reason. Let's just get it all marked for cutting. Well, this is the idea. I don't think it should. If we look at the water level, I'm hopeful that this area here is enough to take the flow. So we will see. We will see. I think it should be fine. Did that grow? It's watered and thriving. That is the difference. It's thriving. What does thriving mean? So it says it's thriving. That's good. So does that mean it did half the growth time? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and watch the watch the stuff grow, but maybe this will be quicker to actually come through the middle. I mean, I know it's going to be quicker. It's just whether we, by the time we've actually run a path through. But it will speed things up for the future, so I guess it's definitely worth doing. So let's get a bit of prioritization on the go. I'm not going to stop them do what they're doing, what they were doing, but if they can do it this way, why not? What I'm trying to do with the central crater is, I'm just trying to create a bigger reservoir of bad water as we can. I know we have this up here, but when we get to expansion of the colony, plus I think that actually being bad water in the middle just looks really cool. And I'm definitely a vibes kind of guy. How are we doing with the science? We're doing okay with the science. So let's start to think about our metal production, because I would like to get to some of the more interesting is probably a dismissive way, but I would like to get to the food dehydrator. So that requires metal. So that allows us to make cornflakes. And then we can get to the press, which allows us to make protein bars, I believe. And the distillery is going to be a little way off. So that requires treated planks. But we can push for these, and we just need cornflakes both. So we do need the metal. So I think we're going to come around here. It's just the way around this side we're going to go. I know that's not a lot of scrap metal, but this map is very unforgiving for scrap metal. We're going to come up here eventually to get the mine, but not yet. Plus we need treated planks before all this. We have a drought on the way, which we know should be fine. Metal. Scavenger flag is 250. That's fine. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to start to... Don't get carried away. Think about the first thing you're doing. So we're going to put a storage here for scrap metal so that we can just supply it elsewhere. Because this is going to be a very long run, so let's just maximize it as much as we can. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start to think about putting our industry up here. We've cleared the trees. Let's get rid of that. So, how many of these power water turbines can I squeeze in? I can squeeze one. Should we work back from here? Because we're probably going to use that path going across. So, if I pop one there. Bear in mind I do need to leave space to connect it up. So if we pop one there. I wonder if we could... I wonder if that goes away. We can move this path. It doesn't... Have I stranded the beaver? Yes. Great effort. It's going well already. So let's put a path back in. And let's do that. So if I was to delete that power... No, it generally doesn't fit. Unless I was to have one... Okay, just stop that. Stop that. We're going to go one more. We're going to go one more this way. And I know this is a really silly path, but whatever. No, we also need that path to come. It's fantastic. Must be really funny watching a grown man struggle to do basic things. I think we could... I think we're going to do something that looks like that. Because this is a very wonky path. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something that looks like that. And we're going to... He can escape at least, that's fine. So come and build this. And if we could... Pause. I need to make sure these actually connect up as well, don't I? So... Is this a... Yeah, so it is a heightened level, so I need to... I mean, this is going to be quite frustrating. Do I just use platforms? Do I just use platforms and prop it up? I think that's probably the easier. It's cheaper than using the vertical power. I know the vertical power shaft probably is the best way, but it's cheaper to do it this way, and then they can just walk in underneath and do it. So I think that makes the most sense in my head. Whether it actually is the most sensible thing is another. And then we can also get a power shaft off of here. Stick a vertical here. And bring power up to whatever we got. 4 days. Pause the game. I didn't let this fill up. There we go. So that will now fill up. Slightly. It's splashable. I mean, it's 4 days. I've got to get out of my head that I'm playing this game on hard mode. When I do this, I've got to be like, no, I'm not playing on hard mode. I don't have to panic about resources straight away. So they are coming down here and putting all of this in. We are, however, going to be low on planks because obviously planks are the main resource used for this. So what I think we need to actually think about is using some beaver power at some point. Let's get a couple more. I'm going to delete these. Let's get a couple more lodges on the go. Do we have access to better housing yet? We could actually buy the silo. Should we buy the silo? Let's see. Cool looking building. Pop one down. And that fits 8 beavers in. Oh, so you can build buildings on top of this. You can only do it on the center. Oh, that's a really cool design. I really like that, actually. That's different, isn't it? You can't use the whole thing, but you can use... Oh, I like that. And we only have to wait 3 days, so it is going to be absolutely fine to wait to achieve this. So they are going to start doing. And I guess this one can actually be unpaused. So we have 1k science. Let's get metal unlocked. Did they... They haven't built any of that yet. Okay. Whatever. Can they not access that? Good effort. So I'm thinking, how do we do this? We don't have access to dirt yet. So I'm thinking if we... Let's run 3 of those along there. Maybe 2 gear workshops there. And we'll bring power in to the back there. And then we'll pop our solitary smelter for now in here. Pause that. The idea being that this is going to replace the need for any of this, so that during a bad tide we do actually still have water. We won't have, not water, we do still have power. We won't have power during a drought, but then that's always been the case for this game, so that's nothing new to deal with. So we can pop that along there. And then maybe what we're going to have a steps down here, and we might, for bad tides, have a battery of power wheels. If you've been watching my Patreon series, you will know that I absolutely love power wheels. We're doing beaver power only. So get to the wonder with only beaver power. And it's certainly quite the experience. What was that? And we have the beaver silo. So what's our rate limiting factor? So is it our 2 breeding pods? Do we need to get another breeding pod on the go? Yeah, let's unlock another breeding pod. It can't hurt. I do. Thank you for that. Yes, no, I certainly do. And let's get rid of that one as well. This actually does allow us to actually come in and remove those fawns as well. So when we get to the bad water tap, which only uses 2 logs. It only uses I'm going to unlock that. Let's see what this does. Let's see what this does. Let's see if we can. I know getting these fawns out is going to be a pain in the ass, but maybe if we did that, I can do that maybe as a little extra job. Stop to. I told you to put these in, so that's fine. This should be the relative high priority. Yeah, get these done. That can't be reached. Build this actually, because then you'll be able to reach this from where you are. It's too far. Does that make it? If I put that there, does that make it reachable? No. Maybe if I delete that one. Even though they put some logs in it. Get rid of that one for me. The idea being that the reason I don't want the water going off this edge, as well as filling this up and making it look really cool. Let's remember to turn that back on. Is so that all the water gets forced through here and we have a lot more power. I'm fully aware that I rely far too much on automation and I now can't work without it. So let's get a depth sensor unlocked as well. And we'll just pop that in there. I know we need scrap metal for that, and the scrap metal will be... Okay. Come on, guys. Let's get sensible. And let's lower this. It's going to flush again, but it shouldn't go over too badly. It's going over, but it hasn't killed any cactuses. It's going, no. No. Maybe it's going to kill cactuses. It's fine. It's all flowing off. I created this little dump here so that the water wouldn't wouldn't stay in here for too long and kill the cactuses. So we do actually have a lot of storage for the prickly pears. So food is absolutely fine. And hopefully they're sticking the water in here. The idea is what I'm going to do is we're going to have, when we have access to the path setting, when we have access to this, I'm going to gate this up. Which we're not too far away. We're going to gate this up and we're going to see if we can mitigate this by putting this behind a gate so they can only access this during working hours. So they won't go for this for water when they're not, if that makes sense. So we're just going to give that a go. And is all of this... Is this still not reachable? It's not reachable because there's no path around it. Okay, that's why. That is why. Play so much Timberborn and your mind just goes too much. So how are we doing? Cycle 6 day 3. We have loads of food. We have water. We don't need water. We have loads of bad water. The ingredients are fine. We need to start to kick on. I want to think about the equivalent of the number cruncher as well, because I feel that's going to be massive to get when we can. So we need 80 planks, 30 gears, and we need some pine resin as well. Do we have pine trees that are mature? Ooh. We do have those up there. Do we have any that survived? No. Maybe up here is our temporary way of getting pine resin. There is also the world in which actually our pine farm. Actually, yeah, this is much better. Is this marked for cutting? No, it's not. Okay, that's even better. So let's get some pine over here. And then we're also going to start to put some junipers in at some point as well. Right, low priority this, guys. I really don't need this being done. Oh, he's coming around here to put these steps in, isn't he? Oh, bless him. Little... What's his name? Come here. What's his name? Little... Oh, I can't pronounce it. He thought he was doing a good job. So this is all accessible now, isn't it? So we can start to... So prioritise that... that and that. Low prioritize these, and then we can hopefully move away from having this over here. He's popping that in. Let's put a platform in here so we can get the tappers shack unlocked, which is only 500. We are well within our science, so let's get that, and then we can start to move towards the science being permanent. So, relatively high priority on this. I know it's going to really injure the beavers, but I really want to see how this bad water tap works. I'm really intrigued, especially because it costs, well, it costs us so little. I don't know how, I mean, because it looks like that. I don't know whether you platform up to it, or I also don't know whether this drain here is going to really screw it, because I think that's going to be fine, but I'm not sure. We'll see if we can get it to work. Yes, I should build some storages there as well. It's a very good point. So what we will do is, we know this area is contaminated and we can't really use it most of the time, so we will put in some storages down here as well. So let's get rid of this horrendous path spaghetti as well. So let's get some, let's put it straight in front of it. I know this isn't perfectly lined up, but why let perfect be the enemy of good? We can pop that in, so you can be, no, I don't want to demolish you. You could be planks. You can be logs. You could be logs that are brought here. Let's line you up a little bit better. And then maybe what I'm going to put down this side here is storage for gears. Let's put that in. Yeah, taking those fawns out. Is this... No. I need this done, guys. What I probably should actually do, as opposed to messing around, is actually just get a builder set as well. Doesn't cost that much science. Sometimes I feel like I just forget how to play this game. 21, yeah, so we got enough stores. We have 36. We have so many homeless beavers. Right. Is there anything bigger? So there is the mini lodge, which we're not going to use. There is also the large silo, which sleeps up to 12 beavers. Oh my god, look at that. I mean, where am I putting that? That fits there, doesn't it? 12 beavers go underground. That's fine. We'll pop that there. 3 beavers are injured in taking out these spawns. I mean, it's just going to take a little bit of time to do it. I also want to think about getting up here. And it's probably just cheaper to put the platforms in at that point. Well, it just makes more sense to put the platforms in. Okay. In case we have to come up here and build it from up here. That's fine. None of that's going. They are putting the planks into that. And have they finished this just yet? No, they are just finishing this. So what are your opinions on this mod so far? I know, I assume anybody that watched this has watched either the first VOD or will be going back to. What do you guys think? Do you think it's an interesting take on the way the game's set up? It kind of just is inverted on its head, doesn't it? It makes you think a little bit more, and then it makes you the preconceptions of how you currently play the game. You then forget about because you're. Obviously, there is a very set regime of how you play Timberborn. You go this, 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 and this. Whereas when you play something like this, it is completely different. And we are just going to lower this a bit because I think I am just injuring the beavers too much without too many medical beds. So you should be a low priority job. You are a normal priority job. We have 8 beavers we're missing. Yes, I've just built them. Hopefully I built them for... Yeah, hopefully I built them just as your message came through. So we were on the same wavelength. I think I actually want to get a few more medical beds. Let's have a few there. At least the injured beavers can still go to the pub. And let's maybe get that... No, I'm not going to prioritise that for now. Yeah, it's definitely a different way to play the game, isn't it, Tribal? I think it's very, very intriguing. Because there's always the standard, like... I mean, Ember Pelts and Leaf Coats are great. My next playthrough is going to be Leaf Coats. I've just been looking at maps, etc. for those. And I've also been looking at the weather mod as well. So is it Rainborn? And I managed to actually get a game to load with all of that in. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that will work. So that should be interesting. They're just a different faction. Like the Leaf Coats and Ember Pelts. They feel like additions to the same game, whereas this just feels like a complete inversion. So many projects on the go, but not enough beavers. I do this all the time. Where is my housing tab? Let's ramp this up. I don't think we're in danger of running out of population, so let's just get things moving. Get them prioritized, get them prioritized. We have scrap metal on the go now, don't we? No, we don't, because we don't have enough beavers. When this is available, I would like you to build this. And what I'm thinking is we'd probably actually pause this farmhouse down here. I don't think we need this, because this one probably can handle. So let's chuck some extra stuff in. Let's chuck the eggplants down here, because they should be growing better. And let's chuck the corn as well over here. Let's see how the corn grows, because these should say thriving, and these just say watered and healthy. So what I might do is I might actually clear this planting area up here. They have built a medical bed, so the beavers should be able to get the attention they need. We have a little bit of power now. So that's going into there, which will go into... So we will be able to turn these off very shortly. Very shortly. Let's pause that. And I haven't done anything with that. I'm probably going to actually get that on the go as well for well-being purposes. So you can be unpaused. Because there should be... Yeah, there is power going in here now. So let's get those unpaused. And let's delete these up here because these are no longer needed. And let's try and get all of the resources this way so we can pick them up. Yes, they can pick them up. Okay. Please, nobody can actually build any of this. Probably don't need so many of these running. Let's just go back down to what we had running. And let's get these built as well, just to increase the efficiency of these jobs. How many? We only have 1 injured beaver now. So they have built the pods. We have 5 pods now, so our population should relatively skyrocket. And I'm also going to prioritize that because I want the beaver well-being to go up a little bit. As for the well-being tab, we did look at it last time, so are there any easy wins? So contaminated fur is one which is obviously a very easy win, especially with the space we have. So let's come in with the shower. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stick a load in here, and hopefully they'll come and use them in their off time. So that should increase the contaminated fur. Injury we're working on. Grilled eggplants are on the go. Berry bars and rhubarb bars we're working towards. Campfire, we probably could put enough campfire in. None of the fun stuff is really about... I mean, we can actually. I say that. The hot spring, which is essentially just a swimming pool. Yeah, I feel like I'm burning through our science too much. Plus, I don't actually have enough science for that. So let's hang fire on that for now. But all of this is working. See, they're bringing the logs over here. I'm going to leave that there. That's fine. And then we're making the planks. So, fantastic. Fantastic work all round. They're supplying that. So they should come and build this one next. How much power are we actually generating? We're only generating 90. So I do actually need that to be done because otherwise we're not even close to enough power. I'm going to unpause that one as well. But I think they can build, yeah, they can build all this from up there. So if I was to put the last one in down here. Like so, and then that should generate reasonable amount of power. Let's just get these built. And then we can get this built, and then etc, etc, etc. And then these can be kind of used as a backup, even when we urgently need something. I'm hopeful that we can put the bad tide thing in up here, and we will constantly be able to be pushing water out. But we will see. Otherwise, we're kind of in a folktales position where there isn't really that much we can actually do to generate excess power. So, like I said, we're now going to be entering our folktales position where there is no water flowing. I would much prefer bad tides, and we have actually built the large silo. I just think that looks really cool. It's definitely a different take. I don't even know what assets they've used for this. I mean, that's like the mini lodge, isn't it, on top, and then this bit around the bottom. Just looks so cool. So cool. And we are actually growing corn and eggplants now. So what I might do, I'm going to run a path back here, and we are going to put some more storages in. So let's get some for the corn, because I imagine when we're going to start running the cornflakes, we will have lots of them. Corn. That would be really cool if they made a unique transit system for the faction. Did I see in the comments that someone said about maybe you doing like a rocket system where it's kind of like zip lines, but you kind of stick them on a rocket? I think I did. I'm not 100% sure if I did actually see that, but I believe that's what I saw. I think that'd be really cool. I mean, the mod author is doing a great job on this, so whatever comes out, like anything I'd say about the mod itself is from a point of, I think this is fantastic, and I would like this to be... I would like this to continue to be fantastic, and also, obviously, get better. So let's see if we can get them out now. So I should start to have a few more beavers that I can push around, so to speak, because we have the breeding pods. Cannon slick shot would be very cool. I don't know how you make that work in the game, but it'd be very cool. Giant catapult, trebuchet, fling the beavers. That'd be sick. I hope they approve of the playthrough. I know it's very early days for the mod. I hope they not approve of the playthrough, but are pleased that somebody's taken it up and given it a go. Because like I said, I couldn't find anybody on YouTube that had done this mod. That's probably why the original VOD got so much interest. So we're generating 430. Obviously, a lot of water's leaking off this edge, so I'm interested in seeing what happens when we put that in. But hopefully they're going to come and fix this soon. I also need these up here to be gone as well, so it is a massive job. I know what this is originally for on this map, is to obviously stop you from rushing and sealing the bad tide drains. But obviously we're not playing a traditional beaver faction, so that's not really an issue for us. So this is built, so I can actually automate this now. Let's automate you to that. So if you're less than 50, turn on. Fantastic. I might actually automate... Oh, I didn't think of this. That's a good idea, isn't it? I can automate you to that. So if that's less than 50, that can turn on and then pump water. Oh, okay. So that means we don't have a beaver doing that, and we're not constantly drinking water, we're actually drinking the bad water. That's a good idea. Sometimes I do have them. No, that was very janky. Yeah, so this is now just slowing down. So what I need to do is either accept that we don't have enough resources, or we continue to do this. And I know the beavers are getting injured at a relatively rapid pace, but I do really want to... I mean, I don't even know how you build this. Because I can't build it there. Next to a bad tide. So it needs to be built off the front. I'm assuming it overhangs from the cliff. It concerns me about how this is going to look next to each other. I'm sure the mod developer has realised that bad tide drains on most maps come in twos. But we will see. Even if I could get one of these working, I think I would be happy with it. If not, we might do something funky with dev mode and see if I can put a bad tide drain in that we would use. Because this is about exploring the mod. This isn't about like a super hardcore playthrough of this. It's about having fun. And I'll pause all of them for now, so we do have some extra beavers that can come and do this. Oh, and they are doing this as well. Why do they go that way round? Seems a bit silly. I'm just making half spaghetti again. Hopefully they can build up from a little bit lower, so it should take a little bit less time. Why are they going that way round? Oh, is it genuinely quick? Okay. I see what's going on. I see exactly what's going on. It's quicker to come down here from our resource area than it is to come this way. So, build those 2 steps for me. It's just whether I actually need to, like... Do I need to do that? Why don't we build it? I'm going to massively deprioritize that. Yeah, it's intriguing. How are you guys getting on over here? Still doing the scrap metal, fine. We have a relative amount of it. We have no planks. So I guess we're kind of just like pulling out the thorns. That's fine, I can carry on pulling out the thorns. Well, have you got... You have got the planks. Okay. Maybe pull those thorns out for me, because I really want to see if this works. Pull those ones out as like second highest priority. Bring those out. Cool. So, are we close to having metal blocks on the go? So we have almost the gears, nearly the scrap metal. I mean, we actually do have the gears if we were to put them in. Once again, beavers are the issue. We have 9 kits. And we got 2.3 days left on the round. Hello, Femi. How are you? Are you okay? Thank you for joining us today. Wow, I can't believe there's 23 of you watching this. I'm still astounded. I mean, I've had a few negative comments recently, but I'm still astounded that the majority of you enjoy my content. So for those of you that are watching and want to watch next week, well, I've got something to talk about while the Beavers are on. The stream will be slightly earlier because England are playing in the World Cup, and I would like to watch that. So that is what will be happening next week. So we might be going for 7 PM BST, and we will probably be going for so what's that? 2 PM EST. I should really learn American times better because the majority of my audience is American. So that is there. I'm hopeful when this one comes out, all will be revealed to us. No, yeah, like me and my dad really enjoy watching the World Cup together, so I will be going to watch it with my dad. Family bonding. What can I say? Dying of boredom today. Well, I'm glad you could catch a stream. Also, I apologise if I do murder anyone's usernames. So we have the beavers running, so I'm just going to turn the planks on for now, the wood workshops. How much they use 50 each, so I'm going to turn both wood workshops on, and then hopefully we can get a few more planks. Is the gap made? Can I actually figure out if this goes on? Missing ground below. Does it have? Must be built on the ground. Right, we're doing this, so we're going to go to dev mode. I just want to see how this works. How do I pop in a... Ooh, do I... Water. Bad tide drain. This is a dev mode tool. There I pop one out there. Oh, I can delete it in dev mode. Okay, fine. And then if I was to put the... No. Right, so let's delete that one for a second. I am from the United Kingdom, so well, obviously the United Kingdom is made of 4 constituent countries, and I am, depending on who you ask, I am English, so that might not be a good thing or a bad thing. Why won't this let me build it? Is it because I haven't got the... Let's just have a play around with this now. Let's find somewhere which is super flat, and I can just try and figure this out. So there is loads of space around that. Next to a bad tide drain, missing ground below. Are we just assuming this isn't working? Because it looks like it's got the bad tide drain in with it, doesn't it? So it looks like I just... What are we thinking? It looks like it hangs off the edge and extends the pipe. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So I was hoping that I could position it like this. But it doesn't look like it's... Like if I was to put it here... It doesn't look like it's working. I mean, it looks like that's the perfect place for it. I mean, we're in dev mode now, so I am just gonna mess around with this. So we delete them. We don't need to start to put them in. I am going to unlock terrain blocks. Oh, we don't have enough science. We'll give it a second. I'm 1 block off. Could you explain what you mean when you say Sam? Use a couple of platforms underneath. So if we were to... Do you mean like this? Like that? Look at the second level of the drainage thing. Oh, so you're saying, right, let's delete that before it starts spewing out bad water. So if I was... Try with no blocks there. Instructions are very hard to actually receive, aren't they? So you're saying that... Do we have enough science for the dirt yet? Let's get these guys prioritised, and then I can unlock the science. I don't really want too much cheesing on this. Let's put a few more inventors in. Because where it's just me being... Maybe the top of the building goes on the end of the pipe. So what we're saying is... Say we did that. Like that. Missing ground below. So does that just need me to put dirt in there, does it? Is that what we're saying? Come on, guys. I need the science to lock the dirt block so I can play around with this. I mean, or is there a world where I... So if I was... I needed somewhere that's 2 above. There's nowhere obvious on this map. There is nowhere obvious on this map. No. We should have the science for the dirt anyway soon. So, we are producing the metal blocks. It's the second level of the tap that has to be connected to the drain. Oh, I don't need you guys to be doing this, guys. Please stop. Please stop. But does it says ground only, so I'm assuming it has to be built on dirt. So it can't be built on on normal land. If that makes sense. So normal earth. I can get all of these on pause now. We need to unlock chronometers as well, so I can not chronometers, weather sensors, so I can automate these jobs based on time of day. Well, I guess they're going to start doing that, aren't they? So that's fine. While I'm waiting for this, you might as well do that. And stop injuring yourself. Okay, so we are at the science requirement now. So if I start to... Obviously, we can't do this yet because we don't have the dirt. If I was to pop in... Is that enough? And I'm fully aware that's the wrong way around because, well, yeah, it's fine. We're just having a play. That's too high. If I was to... Okay, so let's go in dev mode. So place the drain on a 1 high clip. So down here is a 1 high clip. That's fine. So we'll pop the drain there, and then I come in and put this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, thank you. We finally got there. So what we're saying is, we pop that there. And it is ground only, so I do have to build it on ground, don't I? So we are going to have to build this, and then that's different. So that worked there, yeah? So let's just play devil's advocate and put that there. So that works. 1 high. 1 below. Why doesn't it work here? Why isn't that working though? Is it because of the dirt block above? So I have to get to dynamite above. Right, okay. We have finally figured it out. Thank you for everybody's cooperation on that. So can I put, if I was to put another bad tide drain here, can I then squeeze another one in next to it, or does that obstruct it? That obstructs it, so I can actually only have one. Okay. Cool, we figured it out. So I need the dirt, the dynamite, and more. Cool. I'm glad we worked out. Thank you for everyone's input in that one. So we are already harvesting the bad water. We know we're going to need the dirt. So what does this lead to? This leads us to, yay, we got a bad tide. Didn't think you'd ever hear me say that. We're going to head towards the, not the mine, because we're already pumping bad water. So we can get the explosives factory, which is 400 science. Slowly heading there. I mean, we have a relative amount of beavers now. We probably actually need another beaver silo. Did they block this up? No, no, they are blocking this up now. So we only actually can have one. Which is fine. I mean, we will still have constant power. And because we're blocking this up now... Have we blocked this up? Not yet, so... Come on, guys, put that last one in. I know it's a long way to work, I'm sorry. Cheers for just popping that last one in. Oh, he's going to finish it. So then, all of the water should come out of here. So that should... Yeah, look at that. Power has gone straight up. So dynamite is 600, explosives factory is 400. Let's not chase that. Let's come in with the best building in the mod, in my opinion. The research lab, which looks absolutely crazy. So we're going to head towards that. And then once we have that, we have perpetual power and perpetual research. Now maybe we'll put that building up here. So if we pop that there, we can stick the research lab up here. You have been built, and what I'm going to do, I'm not going to waste these platforms here. We are going to put in a storage for pine resin over this water. And that just gives a little bit of storage for that. Corn is being stored in there. I don't know if we have enough farm capacity at the moment to harvest all of this stuff. Maybe I will. No, that one doesn't really reach. We could put a farm in down here, couldn't we? Yeah, that reaches most of that. Yeah, we're actually up to 600 now as well. That's really good. And then when we have that pushing out as well, that's going to just increase everything a little bit further. Do we have excess beavers? I'm going to really rush the science now. Let's get the science absolutely going. These are, oh god, these are not going to stay here. These are going to move. Do I have an end goal for this playthrough? I don't know what the end goal is. My vision is, my available Saturdays are the next 2 Saturdays after this one. And then we see where we're at. I can swap to Sunday some weeks, but I work shifts at a hospital, so it's very sort of ad hoc what happens. So I would like to get through to a point where we've maybe maxed out the well-being available to us, and I believe we've showcased the faction in the best... Oh god, no. Pause. I need to activate the cactus killer. That was very close. Oh, all of this is going to die. Didn't activate the cactus killer in time. Oh, let's raise that. The beauty of this is we have all of this over here. So it doesn't matter, but I need to pay attention to the future. So yeah, the end goal for this playthrough is essentially to showcase the faction, say we've done a good job, I've shown it off. I mean, if the faction receives massive updates between now and the end of the playthrough, yeah, fine, we'll carry on. But no, that's fine, Sam. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I'm very grateful you decided to join. Have a good day / evening, whatever you are doing. Yes, Femi, this faction likes bad water. So this faction survives on bad water. So we don't actually use the clean water for anything apart from irrigation. So it's a different kind of vibe. A very different kind of vibe. We're pumping it over here. We're pumping normal water here to try and keep this irrigable, and we're just maintaining our food. The beauty of this is, though, however, that none of these guys, none of the crops actually get killed by contamination. So you can see down here, they have it. No, thank you. It will be slightly earlier next Saturday. It'll be at 7 PM BST. But the VOD will obviously always be available. Let's get up here. I mean, those are going absolute clappers now. And I don't know whether we will need to just bring a power shaft just off to the side. We're 800 away. Apparently it does. So I don't actually see what the actual plant is. But if you click on this plant here, so these are the rhubarbs up here. It's watered and healthy. 3 days to crop yield. If you click on the ones in the bad water, it says 3 days to yield. But it says it's watered and thriving. So I don't know whether that's I don't know what the bonus is. Whether it's getting a quicker increase to the growth time, or whether the yield's higher. I think the mod author just hasn't updated the tooltip. I mean, and that's perfectly fine. Very perfectly fine. We do need to figure out another place to put a silo. I guess I could put one in. Oh, we're using a large silo, aren't we? Just put another one in there. The downside of these is you obviously can't build them on top of each other. But, here's what it is. Come on, 50 more science. So we have enough planks, we have enough gears. Yeah, let's just get this built. Let's get this built. Come on, guys. And then we can actually get the dynamite and the dirt excavator. I think we'll be getting a dirt excavator this early. How much does that use? 2k science and treated planks. So I don't think we're actually... I mean, what I will do is I will take the dirt out. And we might have a go with using planks again, using blocks again. Once we've dynamited. Because once we've dynamited, we can see what it's like. So science. And I absolutely love this model. This model is absolutely amazing. Look at it. Isn't it cool? It's like something out of Tron. So cool. Anyway, let's not lose track of what we're doing. So metal blocks, we have 13. I need to actually get another storage for metal blocks, because otherwise we're just making them for nothing. Let's get that on the go. Let's get metal blocks built. Let's get that second high priority. And then we're going to... We're not going to look at tanks. We are looking at food processing. So well, I want to get the food dehydrator. Now, this also requires power. It's only 180 science, so we're actually not that far away from locking it. 10, 15, 10. And this allows us to turn our corn into corn flakes. So as you can see, we have 84 corn. So that turns one corn into one cornflake. But then we can unlock the food press, which turns... use your words. Turns the cornflakes plus either rhubarb or berries into rhubarb or berry bars. So what actually we're going to do, I think we're going to do, is I'm also going to run some power down here. Because it just makes sense not to. It just makes sense to, sorry. So that is a massive long corkscrew. Now that's only going to be going in temperate cycle. But I can live with that. And it's just going to allow us to have some processing over here, some other stuff over here. And I haven't even got to think about the bad water because these guys can just run down into it. How are you getting on building this? Planks, they are just there. Fantastic. Pine resin. Yeah. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to delete all of these now because we don't need these. Oh, we are. Thank you. So the running out of water I can live with. This I cannot live with. Get pumping, guys. Actually, now that we've developed over here, why am I making them? Okay, yeah. You know when you start to do something and you go, right, I'm just going to continue the way I'm doing rather than the way I should be. So we're going to stick a pump in there, and what we're going to do is we're hopefully going to remove the need to be running over to that side of the map. So let's get them in. And super high priority. Thank you for pointing that out, Adopted Hunter. It does both words. It does boost the growth speed, does it, Tri-Wolf? That's good to know. Hopefully they can update the tooltip so you can actually see the boost. And let's make these high priority jobs. And hopefully nobody will have to run around. I believe our attempt to actually use this for water storage has kind of gone out the window. So I'm going to turn this into bad water storage now. Let's just stabilize for a minute. Let's just get some bad water so that everybody is not super thirsty. What's our debuff? We're not doing too badly. The hunger's fine. And this is built. Ta-da. So I want that to be a relatively high priority job. Because we always want the science coming in. Come on, guys, keep pumping. I love that I've created so many different paths for them. So our bad water... Yeah, contaminated fur bonus is doing excellent. And you can see up here, the crops up here were going to die. But we do have this. And we also have, obviously, this prickly pear thing is absolutely fantastic because we have loads of prickly pears. We have loads of grilled prickly pears. So our storage is amazing on them. I'm actually probably going to. No, I do want the dynamite. We're going to put another one in for more grilled prickly pears because they are just wonderful food source. And let's start to work on this horrendous abomination. What are all the different pumps for bad furs? So the bad furs have... So they have a normal water pump. They have a bad water pump, and they have a large bad water pump, which is essentially the deep water pump for the folktails, but bad water. Standard fluid dump, mechanical fluid pump, centrifuge. Oh wow, look at the centrifuge model. That's really cool. I really like that. It reminds me of my job. And then we also have the bad water tap, which is there. So the reason I'm putting this in is because this is going to become useful later when we... Well, it's going to be useful 2 out of 3 cycles, and I've got the excess resource, so I'm kind of just going for it. We have stabilized the water, and I'm going to stop sending so many beavers over to here when they don't need to be. It's just quicker. And actually, what we could do is... Should we unlock the large bad water pump? No, I want dynamite. Let's stop, get distracted. The mod's really cool, but let's focus on the gameplay at hand. You know when you put stuff in really stupid places. So that uses gears, metal blocks. We have 21. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take them no time at all to build that. And we already have the bad water. So that's the bonus. It would actually be quite funny if the bad furs made dynamite from normal water. I think that would be a very different... Yeah, no, it actually does look like a centrifuge. I am a massive fan of that. Where is it? Massive fan of this model. I'm loving that. And we seem to not be doing too great on the rhubarb front. But, I mean, we can work that out in a bit. Second silo. And how is our explosives factory going along? We are literally waiting on 4 metal blocks, so then we will be able to get the explosives. And then, fingers crossed, I might be able to... Is it 1 or 2 back? We'll pop that there. We can't. We don't have enough science. We will. We will shortly. So maybe we also need to be boring as well and think about some resource counters for automation. So, what do they use again? Yeah, we can start to get resource counters, and I would like the timers. We need treated planks for that. Oh, and I actually need to set you a recipe. Explosives. And let's get some storage in. I don't know. I imagine you could put 2 next to each other. I mean, I'm not going to unlock them just for now. Because it's 300. I mean, I can. Let's just unlock them. No, you can't. So you need 2 clearance. So yeah, you can't stick them next to each other. That's fine. We're not going to build one just yet, though. I kind of want to think about how I'm going to connect this to our network. I know this is stupidly excessive. Very stupidly excessive. But if it works, it works. What did JC say? It's not stupid if the dog can play basketball. And then once these are all in, we will stick another one in, and then we will connect the power. We do have access to the dynamite now. Let's get one up there. And we'll see if it's 2. So I'm hopeful what we can do is we can just come and levy this up to that level, isn't it? And this goes down to be stupidly low priority because I don't want the building. I don't know whether the ground only is the top bit or whether it's the actual supports at the front. It's not that far. The logs aren't that far for you to take. Is there another? Oh, I haven't turned no, the cactus killer's not back on. There is no rule that the dog can't play basketball. Yeah, there we go. Helps if you actually flood the water through, doesn't it, rather than just keep killing everything. But what do I know? I mean, isn't the rule that says the dog can't play basketball like biology? I'm being pedantic. Missing ground below, so it does have to be dirt below. So if we were to delete this now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the terrain out from the right way this time as opposed to the wrong way. Bingo! Look at that. It's just a shame that one's there. I might move that in dev mode and pop it here. We might dynamite this out. I might put some dirt there and then we'll move it in dev mode to here so that we can... Oh, it requires power. It requires power as well. Of course it does. I mean that's fine. Once it's working, it's perpetual motion, isn't it? So I'm guessing where does the power go into it? I'm not sure. We're going to have fun figuring that one out. Does the power go into the back of it? Should we put another dynamite in? Oh no, I read everyone's comments. I mean, I'm not. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys now. I am generally, and I still can't believe I'm doing this 8 months later. I am an introverted person. Like, to get out of my shell and do something like this and like stream and have you guys watch me and take feedback on my work is something I've always sort of like struggled with. And if I'm getting too like deep, please tell me to shut up. So it's been a massive like culture change for me, but I'm really enjoying. I mean, sometimes I receive negative comments and I'm a bit like, oh, look at that, someone said something negative to me. But on the whole, I really enjoy this. I enjoy the engagement. Sometimes I do have days where I can't, from my own headspace, not reply to comments straight away. But I genuinely do try my best to reply to most comments. So if you've felt that I've done that, I have achieved what I want to achieve. So can we put power in here? Is this how this connects? This is how this connects, so it has to come in the back end. So we're going to need to figure out. We're going to have to figure out a horrendous thing. I mean, we can connect in the back here, can't we? I've just massively overshared there. You could also tell me off for massively oversharing. I don't need to be extra like this. I don't need to be extra with the platforms. We can be sensible with the platforms. We're not building everything over the top. So. I mean, it was hard enough navigating my degree without really receiving feedback from my supervisors because I'm like, nah, don't really want to listen to that. But fortunately, my degree, well, not fortunately, my degree took place during COVID, so it all got very, very weird at the end. And I think we will just rip these pawns out. We do have engines. So the engines themselves use biofuel. So that is down here in science, which is fuel refinery, which requires treated plants, which we don't have access to yet. Medium chance of industry. So what does that? So that uses extract. So we are going to be using a lot of bad water. So hopefully we are going to get to all of that. It probably isn't going to be today because I have been streaming for an hour and a half so far. And I think the sweet spot is 2 hours. I haven't made a complete decision on stop times, but it will always be 2 to 3 hours because that's just the way I roll. Thank you very, very much, Sir Revs a lot. So I guess we're just waiting on getting the dirt extractor now, aren't we? I mean, that's using a lot of power. Let's connect this up to our grid proper. Do they have access to gravity batteries? They do. It's just the same model. I do like gravity batteries, but they're a pain in the ass to do, aren't they? They're a pain in the ass to do with any effective delivery. That's all. I mean, if we got all this real estate up here, let's just get all of these out. And what I'm thinking is let's just do something similar over here. Oh no, I can't do that there. Before I kill everything. That's a very good shout. What we could actually do. Yeah, let's do one here. I'm not sure where we could do this. Let's do one here. Let's do something I've never done before. We might kill some berries, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Or maybe we can move some berries. Get some more lumberjacks down here as well, because I think we have excess beavers. I'm also going to automate you based upon this as well. So the idea, what I'm going to go with here, we are going to do a reverse bad water dump, and we're going to see how it goes. A reverse water dump. So normally in the past, what we would do is we would go by. We would pop in a. I know it's going to kill some of these. I really know it's going to kill some of these. We would normally pop in a water dump to irrigate, but what we're going to do here is we're going to do a bad water dump, and we're also going to pop in a. This is really cool. Just mixing it up. Oh, go away. And let's just go with depth sensor. So then we could probably actually plant up here. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying playing this faction actually. It's absolutely fantastic. It's very different in the best possible way. Oh, we don't have access up here. Now we're in a drought. It's a droughts are actually getting a little bit spicy. They're getting a little bit longer. I mean, it's not like we're going to run out of bad water, is it? But you know, normal water potentially. So we are. I'm going to kill some berry bushes. That's fine. Let's get that built. So what this now does is this now allows me to return this to actual farming use. So let's put some crops back down after I just ripped them up and put some rhubarb down here. No, I have seen that the model for Will is going to add the feature. So they've already added the feral tab in. I wonder what they'll add in, whether you could bring them back, so whether there'll be like a medicine you have to mass produce, maybe from water and bad water, to weigh off the effects of something. I don't know. There's a lot they could do with this, which would be really cool. And we are now absolutely out of power, so my big power connection doesn't work. So we are now going to be 8 days without proper power. So let's pause all of this because I don't really need all of this running. What I need running is I need the science running. Let's get some platforms in, and let's see if we can at least keep the observatory analog running. No, definitely is very good. I think Timberborn, like I've said in previously, has got legs for absolute years. You absolute nincompoop. I think it will keep going and going and going. And I think that's even if the dev said, "See you later, we're not interested anymore," I still think the game would just keep absolutely going. I don't think anybody's giving up on this anytime soon. And I am going to keep access to... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I am just going to keep access to our paths across the middle. So I do want to keep that in, so pop that there. Hopefully this is going to be enough of perpetual motion. Because if not, I guess I've stuffed it a little bit. That hasn't spread too far, that contamination, you know. So this is actually valid technique to do. That's done. Did I actually automate you to that? No, I didn't. So hopefully that's going to improve the growth of that. So we have rhubarb, we have corn, eggplants. I'm going to maybe do a mix of eggplants and corn here. And what was I doing? I do just have to make sure I'm not like running away with the water and the bad water, because so these are now stopped. Okay, so this wasn't the best place to build these. Probably have to put a depth sensor in. but we can get those back on the go. Just keep an eye on that, because I don't want to run out of... I don't want to kill the beavers when I've said, oh, this isn't too difficult. We are at 2k, so we can get the dirt excavator. Let's delete that. And I would like to get the bad water drain in today if we can. So where would I put the dirt excavator? We have this horrendous thing now, don't we? Maybe I could... We have a lot of resource. I'm not scared about chucking away resource. No, don't do that. I'm not too scared about power, and I'm not too scared about making this look pretty. Like I've said, this is more of a mod demonstration as opposed to... I mean, if any of you have been watching the channel for a long time, you'll know I don't particularly do pretty anyway. But, you know, we endeavour to try our best. How many days? 4 days left. It's fine. And we can actually unlock the... No, the spiral stairs still do require... It's all going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. Pop that there. And what does this require? So, oh, this requires treated planks as well, doesn't it? So rushing this was daft. Unpause you, unpause you. You're the wrong way round. So I always do this with these tight things I build, and then I'm like, oh, where do I stick the other stuff? Right. We don't have the size for that just yet. Some of the beaver wheels are paused. Yep, I just saw that. Thank you for that. Should have realised that sooner. What's the PlayStation looking thing? What do you mean the PlayStation looking thing? Oh, this. Ah, it will now be referred to as the PlayStation. You're right, it does look like a PlayStation, doesn't it? This is the research lab. So this is the, imagine the comparison to the observatory. So rather than having the observatory, these beavers have the research lab. So it's essentially the same building, same purpose, just different building design. And I think it looks absolutely rad. It looks like something out of Tron. Really, really cool. So I don't know whether we're going to have to maybe delete this for now. Because we haven't started building it, because we can't start building it. And maybe put a bridge in. I mean, what I should have done and what I should do is two different things. So we delete that. Where's the bridge? Pop that off there, and if we could stick a storage over here for dirt, I guess. And if we put a storage in down here for dirt and treated planks. Because we are going to have dirt, treated planks. So if we have dirt and we set that to supply. What does their underground power look like? Okay, just looks like normal underground power. Tanks are normal. Okay. So we just have 2 days until we get power back and we can start really, really producing this. So this needs 100 treated planks. All the metal blocks are in and most of the gears are going in, so it's not actually doing too badly. It's just going to be treated planks. So let's get 2 of the wood workshops on the go when we can. Has this always required treated planks? I remember when it required extract to run, but I guess we could have put another one in here. I didn't know how far the contamination spreads. It's not as far as you'd think, is it? We do have a relative amount of food, and we're going to improve the pumping situation as well. So rather than doing what we're doing and continuing in the level of insanity we're going to maybe do a pumping pier. I mean, I don't even need to actually... I don't need to worry about them coming down here, do I? Because we're playing the bad first. So what we could do is... Let's unlock this first before I get absolutely distracted. Build me those. So what we could do is we could just have a pumping station down here, right in the middle. Yes, no, thank you for pointing that out. I get highly carried away with what I'm doing. So if we popped that there, we could pop that there, and then we could have... I know this is silly, but I kind of like it. It makes me feel like it's an oil rig or something. Oh wait, no, this has to be much higher, doesn't it? 2 more higher? Because it has to be out the level of the water. So yes, if that's not flooding, right. No, we can't unlock that yet anyway, so we're going to slowly carry on with this. Is it silly? Yes. Does it matter? Not particularly. And then we're back to having normal power. So I'm going to pause all these wheels. I will put the automation in at some point. And let's just run around here. That's really annoying, but what I can do about that is we can do that. Come on, fill up. I mean, I probably could stick in another... How are we doing? So we have 12 empty beavers, so to speak. We've worked out I can't use this area down here for irrigation because it's going to kill our cactuses. So we are going to stick in a load of beaver storage down here. Let's just future-proof this. Let's just get that in. Let's get this game is essentially all about the silly things, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it every day of the week. Let's unpause all of these because they can now have power. This does take a little while to fill up, doesn't it? That's why we want the bad tide drain on all the time. You should be set to dirt, my friend. They are slowly going crazy drinking bad water. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting on the gin as well. Because we will be getting on the gin. Hopefully we can get on the gin next week. Because they can have, what do they have? So they have bad shine, but last time, Phelan ascertained that they were they're using juniper berries, which is used to produce gin. So they're actually just getting on the gin, to be honest. Which is actually hilarious. Where are my breeding pods? I must admit, whilst playing this, I do still see the bad water encroaching, and I'm like, oh my god, that's not a good thing. And then I'm like, no, it's fine. That's how this faction works. You need to calm down. Yeah, we're producing more than enough. Let's get some more. No, I deleted it. I didn't detonate it. No. You can tell it's been a long day. Gin and juice. I actually have my gin with lemonade because I don't really like tonic. But a lot of people in this country have it with tonic. But what can you do? People will drink what they want to drink. We're going to have a silly pier with a bad water pump right in the middle. Because that is the deepest point. Oh, it's only actually 4 deep. So I didn't need a... Yes. It's fine. It's cool. I have 2 beavers, nothing to do in range. Thank you for checking my tooltip for me. Oh, we are out of scrap metal. So, that can go away. Yeah, there is... How much do I want this? A reasonable amount, I'd say. Can we do that? Will that... At least scavenger flags are free to build. I guess we could actually always stick them up here if they can't reach. Let's just stick them there. Because then that should cover the rest of it. Build, my pretties, build. And then we will have to think about a more permanent source. I'm not intending to use a ruins yet. But I think here we are going to go up here. And we're going to go up here and clear all of that out before we even start to think about a different source. How are we getting on with the dirt extractor? Not as well as I would have hoped. Can you prioritize this, my friends? But we don't have any beavers sleeping rough anymore. What are we lacking on the well-being again? So we are going to work towards the bars. The agora, not on our... We could get some aesthetics. They don't have a massive amount of aesthetics available yet. Roofing, lanterns, etc. So I'm going to pop in maybe a lantern here. I'll just boost it a little bit as they walk by. Maybe one on there. And let's just unlock a roofing piece as well. I know this is essentially cheese. But, you know, if it works just to improve the well-being a little bit, it's fine. We really are struggling on planks, aren't we? I guess we've outmatched our production of planks because we've stuck a load of things in that you now use planks. So let's create something equally horrendous. Let's go for more horrendousness. And this will not be aesthetic at all. I can make it a little bit more aesthetic than that. I should have built more lumber mills when I was going to at the time, and I just didn't. So yeah, build this. Low priority on this, because this doesn't really need to be built at all. This is just a silly little side project. I do need this though, because we... yeah, I do need them to do that. How are we chopping? We're doing fine at chopping the logs down. Maybe we need a bit more storage. Does the underground storage... Does use gears. Right, let's not do that. And you guessed it, we're going to have to find a way to come down here as well, because I blocked it off the other way. So let's run a path down here. Because I would like to put some more stuff down here at some point. Maybe food processing is going down here. So we have the food. I mean, I'm just going to unlock the food press. And we're going to unlock the food dehydrator. Because we can work on these without this stuff being required. So if I put the food, that's essentially the coffee refiner, isn't it? What does the food press looks like? Oh, that's a grist mill, but that's a really nice building. I really, really like that. And what does the gin distillery look like? Looks like the herbalist, but slightly different. A little bit bigger, less strange roof. Really like that one as well, to be honest, as well. Mod maker has cooked. I really wanted to get our bad tide draining. We have the power across there. We just need the dirt now. And for that we need the treated plank. So we have 21 out of 100. I think I can keep this stream going for a little bit longer if you guys are interested. And we have, yeah, I mean, our resources, in fact, do we not have storage for the cooked and the raw eggplants? That seems like an oversight, doesn't it? Maybe we could put some storage in down here. Eggplant and cooked eggplant. That's fine. Or as aubergines, as I like to call them. I mean, as they're actually called. This is horrendous. Look at all this pathing. I could just see like loads of these in a row though. Like I'd want to build like some sort of like weird like, I don't know, mega city with loads of these in a row. Maybe on the top of buildings to sort of like look like the top of skyscrapers. I think it could look really cool. Nothing to do in range. Still got nothing to do in range because I haven't built these stairs yet. Haven't built these stairs yet. I'm not going to unpause them because I'll forget to pause them. Oh, that was a good place to build that, wasn't it? It's underwater. That's a bit better. How are we doing? I didn't even realise they were still. Go away. No, I don't. So what I need to actually do is I need to put in a very good point. Thank you for that. So revs a lot. I need to put resource counters in for some of this stuff as well. So what I think we need is we need a depth sensor here. So what we'll do is we will put in, let's do some automation stuff. Automation stuff could be fun. Let's put a depth sensor here and let's also put a relay in. Let's put that there. Let's get those two built. I've got an idea I'm going to use for this. No, thank you for that. We now have the excess beavers. That means we can actually, fingers crossed. Come on. Start doing something. And how are we doing on this? 37 out of 100. Not the quickest, is it? Can I prioritise you both by haulers? Oh, we don't. This because we haven't done pine resin over here. Okay. That's on me. So we put the pine resin. Build that quickly. Set to supply. Cool. So has this gone in? Not yet. So if this is less than or equal to 0. No. Greater than or equal to 0. I want these to turn off. So if that's... So if this is... I'm going to automate these to this. So they will turn off on that. And what I'm going to do is I also want a resource counter. Where is resource counter? Resource counter is down here. That should be fine. Pop a resource counter behind there. More log storage. Yep, no, great idea. We're just going to put some large piles in for now because I'm not going to use planks and stuff at the moment. So let's get some more log storage on the go. I know sometimes watching me can be infuriating. I think one guy commented on my video saying I can't take any more of this, and I was like, "You're watching you beavs on the internet, like mate. If you're not enjoying it, please go find something else to do." I think he's frustrated about how I don't seem to like prioritize stuff or something. I don't know. Like, I will let storages overflow, and it's quite funny. But I do try to play this game in a genuinely candid way. So my mistakes are the mistakes you see are left in. I mean, I said that I try to model my gameplay off JC because I really think it's a fantastic way that he does things like. So just whoopsie, that's a mistake. We made a mistake. Move on. It is a lot to do. It's a lot to do, especially when because to keep it engaging for you guys, I'd like to leave it on 3 times speed, because I find nothing worse than you watch like an hour of a series and you go, oh right, so only like 3 in-game days passed. Like, I do try to keep it sped up to a degree, and that probably leads me to making silly mistakes, but what can you do? So we do have a resource counter here. So bad water, less than 10%. If the bad water is less than 20%, or so if this is true, or this is true, then these can turn on. Isn't it? No, I want a not setting. I want a not sensor in there as well. So let's add another relay. Let's add even more relays. Thank you for the compliments. I'm very grateful of them. The fingers crossed, this should be flying now. What's our productivity efficiency? Still only 41%. It's probably how far the beaver has to come after work. Shall I give them a little bit more time so they can do their free time activities? And they haven't got to, like, work all of this. Build that for me, then. So, that's a not. So this should be set to not of that. So that's not on at the moment. So then I can automate all of these to this. So if I unpause you. So the idea being that if this is empty, and this is, and we have less than 20%, well, I might even increase that. I might change that to like 50%. So if that's empty and we have less than 50% bad water, this will force these to turn on over here. So I haven't got to look at that ever again. And we'll do some fancy automation with this at some point, maybe. Not a super urgent rush. 65 out of 100. Come on, guys. You're taking some time. We were going to look at food, weren't we? Until I got distracted again. So let's butt this up against this. So let's try and plan for the future with this one rather than building super spaghetti. So if I build... Do we need free food hydrators? Probably not. Let's just build 3 anyway. And let's build 2 food presses. So these are an awkward shape. So what I might do... Oh, that kind of fits, doesn't it? And then we can run a path down here for now. That might come out. So these are going to just be making the cornflakes. That said shredded wheat then. Don't know why I said that. So, we don't have power. Ah, yes, because it hasn't been built yet. Excellent. This is your standard. I got ahead of myself before I realised what's going on. And these are going to... So, we're going to have 2 recipes here. We're going to have berry bars and we're going to have rhubarb bars. So, resource-wise, we're going to need to bring some over. So, we're going to bring over some... We do have to be careful on the berry bars, because I don't want to use up all of our berries. So we're going to set a resource counter automation for that. Let's put that there. So what are you? You're going to be rhubarb bars, and you're going to be berry bars. We are in a drought again, so we are about to run out of power. I'm going to pause everything superfluous. Once again, I'm even going to pause this because I really want the treated planks. We have a reasonable amount of planks, and let's get all of this on. We will automate this at some point. I mean, we're probably going to rip all this out and start again at some point, but we have enough production to keep the treated planks on the go. Only 17 away. We're going to pause you as well. So what was I doing? Berries... rhubarb. Bring them here for me. And corn. I really like the idea of these bars. I feel like pressing the food into bars is a very like utilitarian thing to do. I think it's a really cool idea. If it was to be incorporated in the main game, I reckon it would work. It would be sick for Iron Teeth. I think it'd be really cool for Iron Teeth. I think it would work incredibly well because it's kind of the thing that they do. Well, I imagine they would do. Get you paused. Nobody needs to be working there. How many more? 9 more. 9 more. Only because I want to see this really going. And this shouldn't take too long to build, because the dirt isn't going to take a massive amount of time. We have so many extra beavers. It's because I paused all this. I guess in times like this. So we should see my automation kick in a minute. And I did actually think that once we've done this, if you guys really do enjoy the streams, I'm not saying they'll be on every Saturday night, but we might try out some of the other factions, you know, like the mining beavers and the Dragonclaw ones. I don't know all of their names, but I was thinking we could maybe try those out as live streams so that I get. I mean, there is also a world in which we actually do water beavers, but I don't know how I feel about water beavers. I just think it feels so detached from the actual how the main game is. But that's my cross to bear, so to speak. Are you going to put the last one in? One more? Come on, guys, one more treated plank. There's one more treated plank. I do need to make sure as well we've got somebody actually harvesting these berries. We do. It's whether I need somebody else to actually be harvesting these berries. Let's get somebody else. I mean, we have jobs. Let's get somebody else in. And these can just go low. This is being done. Pause that, pause that. Let's get this dirt in the bag then. We have a new high being well score of 12. So hopefully some of our decorations actually... Yeah, the lantern, the roof. We can get the brazier in as well. Guess one there. One there. Maybe one there. Can they get a chance to do that? And let's get the dirt on the go. So I really want them to be building this for me now. I could make that path a little bit short from there, shouldn't I? It's all spaghetti. Yeah, I think berry shortage, berry storage probably is the main issue for the berries. It was just what have I done that for? That's just horrendous. Let's just do that. It's one of those things, isn't it? Like, berries are so easily forgotten as a resource in this game. When somebody does something interesting with them, like they've done here, you go, oh, what do I do with that? So what do I want this to be? I want this to be berries. And if berries get greater than 50%, you can be on. So that's you. If berries are greater than 50%, you can turn on. But you're going to be turned off for now because we don't have enough. So goodbye. Come on, guys, pop this in. Fingers crossed we've got enough builder beavers that they can just come and... I mean, we have actually hauler beavers, so they should be bringing it over here, so we can easily put this in. It shouldn't take too long at all. And then we can build the bad water dump, and then I think we will call it a day for there, because that was my goal for this stream. I say as they are just taking forever. Oh, the braziers are green. Okay, this just... I'm constantly being surprised and very impressed by the entire thing. It is very cool. So we should have increased berry storage because we have... No, I set that to juniper berries, not actual berries. Because actual berries are a food source, aren't they? Not juniper. Sorry, I thought I'd done that then, and I hadn't. So now that we have the extra storage, they should be able to come and chuck them down here. And then they'll get put into the bars. Yes, so hopefully it's going to act like the bad water drain. So hopefully it's going to act like, you know, the bad water discharge for... You'd put it on top of the bad water source. We don't have access to that, but we have access to this. Which I assume that's going to cost more in the actual... when the mod's finished. But it costs a little bit less at the moment. You have to dynamite it down from the top. So it is... It did feel like quite the... I wouldn't call it a struggle. I feel a struggle is a very strong word. But it was a little bit of pressure to actually get it... To get it built. I mean, you can build these. Pause that. More log storage. We okay. Let's solve this once and for all. Let's build this. I feel that's fine down there. These need to use logs anyway, so let's get this built, and they can build that as and when they so desire. I mean, we don't have the planks for it yet because we've been chucking the created planks into all of this, but in the next temporal cycle we will. Why are you still starved? So they turned on fine. No, it shouldn't be equal to or greater than, should I? It should be just equal to. It should just be greater than. I still struggle with the the automation a little bit in my head. So they built this now, which is excellent. So that can come out. I'm not going to worry about these resources. If they pick them up, they pick them up. If they don't, they don't. So, where are we? Let's get it built. Let's get it built. Someone come over here and do this. And I think we will maybe next time move this bad water drain over to here so that we can have two of these on the go at the same time. I think that's reasonable. I think this map isn't designed for the mod, so I think we're going to take some creative license and we're going to do that maybe next time. I know, I will be very happy. I need all the storages to be increased. I think next time we maybe... I was going to say do a boring episode, but like do a big storage build so that we have enough. Just 2 logs to build, I know. It's very good. I imagine that's going to increase massively when the actual thing is finished. But it is funny. So we're going to see how this works. What do you mean it's not connected? Oh, okay. That one there. Okay, that's fine. So do I actually get to choose if it opens, or do I just... It's not like the Iron Teeth one where you can put the power in there. I mean, we don't need this now. Just empty this. That's fine. I don't need that. It's not like the where you can select whether it's shut or open. It will just stay open. Where are they all going? Oh, is it quicker to run that way around? Okay, that's really weird. Oh, and they're going to finish it just as we've come out of the... I mean, it's fine. It's fine. But what I will do is I'll pause all these. Shouldn't ever need to turn them back on again now, because we should have constant power. We are maybe going to have to do some massive beaver expansion next time as well. So, we do need some water to flow through to actually kickstart this. That's the only problem. Because this uses power, it can't be used like a normal discharge. So you need to ensure you have power. So look at it flowing out. Lovely and gross. Oh, that's really cool. That is... Yeah. I'm enjoying this. That's fantastic. That is a great model. And it's constantly chucking out bad water now. So assuming we can keep this powered, we might have to put a clutch down here. Maybe we have to put an engine down here to keep this going at all times. And then something like that. But, I mean, it's working. So, I think that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone that's contributed. Thank you to everyone that's chatted to me. I've had a great evening talking to you. I hope you've enjoyed the same. Next week will be at 7 PM BST. Where what we decided we're gonna do, so Revs a lot, is we're gonna move one over here. So in dev mode I can go. The only problem is it brings up my own video thing, and I can actually build bad water drains. So what I think we're gonna do, we're gonna dynamite this down. We're gonna build one here, and then we're gonna just put another one in, and the limitations of the map. You know what I mean? But this has been Timberborn. Thank you for watching. I've had a great evening, and I will see you next week. So it'll be 7 PM BST or 2 PM EST, I believe that is. Ciao for now, and I will see you all later.